Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Katie on here, and welcome to another episode of Channel K, where we channel K all day. By the way, I'm Kay, obviously. So I know you guys have been waiting for another episode. I've been getting all of your DMs, all of your texts, all of your emails. Trust and believe. Like, as you guys know, if you guys are not new here, then you know we get deep on this podcast. We talk about spirituality. We talk about law of attraction, law of assumption, trauma, and trigger warning, we might get deep in this episode because I am just like, I need to like just unpack and really just connect with you guys because it has been a minute and I feel honestly very unfulfilled and empty if I'm not podcasting. I know that sounds so weird. I don't know. But Channel K is my vibe. I created Channel K so that I could connect with you guys and so that I could share my story and really just be myself. You know, I love creating lifestyle content. I love the vlogs. I love taking you guys with me when I go to the beach and all those fun things. But I still like feel unfulfilled at the end of the day because I have not been consistent with my podcast and I'm totally not like beating myself up about it because I do understand why I've taken the time off. Like, listen, this is not easy, this podcast. And obviously no one's forcing me to do it, but I do feel like I'm called to do this work. And yeah, like it's not easy, but here I am because obviously it's my passion and I love you guys and I love doing this. So I'm back. Okay. I'm back. It's been a while. Like I watch the old episodes sometimes and I cringe a little bit because I'm like, oh my gosh, her. Cause see, I don't even really identify with that girl. Like she was just so young and so like, you know, like stepping into her power and becoming more awakened. And like, I feel so different than who I was at that time, although I do appreciate and love that version of myself. My mindset, like I grow very fast and I expand very fast and I'm always like doing the work. So it just seems like, I don't know, I'm like an older version of myself now, even though that was maybe a year or so ago. But yeah, so today I wanted to get into pretty much kind of like a life update and kind of like talk about because I got my notes, you guys. I got my little notes. My little sister, by the way, shout out to my little sister. She got me for my birthday, for Christmas, I think. My birthday is in December, and so is Christmas, obviously. So I forget which, one she got me the gift for. But it's like a cute little Dior notebook. I obviously use it for manifesting and journaling, just scripting and things like that. And I did take some notes today for what I'm going to be talking about today. So I am so like, y'all, like I am so fucking nervous. So please like bear with me, okay? Because like it's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. So I'm trying to like loosen up and like relax and shit, okay? Again, thanks for being here, okay, girl? Like, so today I wanted to get into how I have changed for the better and how I've adopted a new story, how I've connected deeper with myself, and how I've healed myself and my parent wounds. And I'm laughing because the last episode that I brought you guys when I was actually on camera, I was so like angry at that point in my life. I was so like in a space where I, of course, you couldn't really tell it was angry, but I was just finding myself and I wasn't talking to my family at that time. It's not that like it had anything to do with them. It was more of a me thing. Like I really felt like I needed to separate myself and like just kind of channel my own energy and figure out what that's about because the majority of my life I've been in people pleaser mode and I really felt like I needed to do things to make other people happy. And that was where I found my validation. And I was just like, okay, I gotta get this degree. I gotta go like do this thing. I really need to look this way and act this way just so, so that everybody will be happy and, whatever the case may be. And then I recognized that type of behavior was unfavorable and unhealthy and just like wasn't really serving my higher self. So, of course, over time, I kind of just like pulled back from others and really just decided to explore my own energy. And so for that reason, among others, I decided to just like not talk to people for a minute, which ended up being a long minute, like, and it was scary. Like I've talked about this before. It was very scary because I wasn't sure about like my identity outside of my family dynamic or outside of toxic relationships or toxic friendships. Once I started letting those things go, I kind of was like, well, what the fuck? Who am I? And how do I show up in the world? What do I do? And it's a very vulnerable feeling. So yeah, but girl, we passed that now, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can speak on like how I've grown and how I've really just like healed and matured in a lot of ways. And I do definitely feel like I'm not the same person that I was a month ago, let alone a year ago. So yeah, it's a vibe. Let me just like go back to my notes though, because y'all, like I can start talking and then like kind of forget, my train of thought or whatever. By the way, if I have like, I was eating some carrots, y'all, so y'all might see some carrots on my teeth. But anyway, okay, bet. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. The first thing that I kind of want to get into is self-concept. You guys know that I'm really big on self-concept. I would have been lost if I didn't discover self-concept. So basically self-concept describes like how you view yourself, your self-identity, how you feel about yourself. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to recognize or identify or even like understand that I have my own sort of identity, because like I said, I was so used to like living for others. So I kind of like didn't make myself the main character. I didn't really make myself as important as I should. And we all need to prioritize ourselves and really make sure we're taking care of ourselves, recognizing ourselves, developing a relationship with ourselves before we start trying to fix others and try to heal others or try to please others. And for the majority of my life, I wasn't doing that. So yeah, I wound up in very like vulnerable positions where people were trying to take advantage of me and did take advantage of me. So with that being said, I guess I'm just like in a place where I am really practicing self-concept on such a like strong level that like it's really no joke. I'm like, it's me season. Like it really is me season, and it's no shade, it's no disrespect, but I have been putting myself first and really truly teaching myself how to love myself and nurture my relationship with my inner being and just really show up as a boss ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that I'm actually supposed to do that, and so are you. And we're actually not supposed to live for others. We actually didn't come here to suffer or submit and please other people, if that makes sense. So yeah. So I've been working on my self-concept and basically getting clarity on my self-concept. So I journal every day and I do affirmations. I just got this book, you guys, from Amazon, this journal, which by the way is so cute. They have so many different colors, but I got the green one because I love green and I love abundance, which I feel like the color green represents abundance, prosperity, being rich as fuck. That's my vibe, you know? This is Beachmore Books, London. You guys can get it on Amazon. I'll link it down below if you guys want. But as you can see, I script and I do affirmations in this journal. And this journal is supposed to represent my self-concept, but I accidentally ended up writing some affirmations for my SPs, which I'll get into SPs another day. But yeah, so I started this journal at the top of the year for the new year. And on the very first page, I wrote, I believe in my new story. I am worthy of my desires. I love myself. I honor myself. And so basically, I just have all of these self-concept affirmations to help me stay in alignment with the new version of myself that I am creating. I am her, but sometimes I don't always feel aligned with her. So the affirmations help reprogram my mindset so that I can stay in alignment and create the reality that is favorable for the new story. So, whew, sorry, guys, I'm losing my breath. It's been a while since I've done this. But anyway, so I always affirm I believe in my new story. I am a conscious content creator. I am a conscious life coach. And that is something that I'm clearly not right now in the 3D, but perhaps in the future I could be a life coach. I like to write things that are future based to help me click myself into a higher vibrational version of myself. I could have easily put like, I am a teacher, I am a trainer, something, I am a boss, I am a leader, and it would have given the same effect. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's continue with the affirmations. So I'm a strong woman. Oh, I did put, I am a leader. I am influential. I empower others. I set a positive example. I raise the vibe. I show support to my family and friends. I am respected. I am respectful. I am accountable. I am responsible. I am mature. I am in a better place. I am in control of my emotions. I understand that there's no one to change but self. I always go to the end. When I say I always go to the end, that's my way of saying I always jump to the end of the manifestation, meaning I always embody the version of myself who already is a leader, who already is a boss, who already is a conscious creator, who already is a family woman, who already is a mother, a wife, whatever the fuck, I feel that I want to be. So yeah, and then, yeah, just like I am loved, I am desired, I am chosen, I am respected, I am always prioritized. And then it goes on and on. I am abundant, I am intelligent, I give back to my community, I'm extremely thoughtful, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, basically I spent a lot of time getting a lot of clarity on my self-concept because a lot has happened in my life. I've experienced a lot of contrast and, referencing Abraham Hicks, I recognize what I don't want. And when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So I have manifested, attracted a lot of what I don't want. And so I'm in a space where I am consciously creating things that I actually do want. And so the affirmations, the self-concept affirmations help me to figure out, help me remember who I am, basically. Because I get to decide, right? And if I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, oh, I am an astronaut, then I will create a story around being an astronaut and then manifest / attract energy into my reality that is in alignment with me becoming an astronaut. So, I mean, I don't want to be an astronaut right now. It's no shade to the astronauts, but that's not my vibe. I went to space camp for 3 times or whatever, and it was a vibe, but it's not my vibe right now. So I basically got clarity on my self-concept, and I reaffirm every day, and I always affirm in my favor. I try my very best to stay in a high frequency, high vibration, and like I said, I believe in my new story. That is why that was the first affirmation that I wrote, because I need to believe in my new story, at all times. I need to remember and train myself to realize this is real. This new story, it's real. So believe it. Okay. Okay. The next thing that I did to change myself for the better, I reconnected with my family, and I'm laughing hard as fuck because, bitch, I done changed my number, got a new phone, did a whole bunch of extra stuff. And so, yeah, it got to a point where I really felt like I was in a better place. And there are some things that I'm obviously leaving out, that I don't necessarily want to get deep into. I wound up in 2019, 2018, 2020. Guys, sometimes trauma can make me forget the years. And then I feel like everything just moves so fast that we're already in 2023 and what the fuck? But in about 2019, around the pandemic time, I was in a very toxic relationship. It was very physically abusive, very verbally abusive. And it just obviously wasn't healthy. It wasn't favorable. It attacked my physical body, as well as my self-esteem. And And then there was also physical damage to the property that I was staying in, which was my father's property. So it really caused it really created a lot of damage around the relationship with my father. And of course, I was ashamed of myself for attracting such a dark person into my reality at that time, to disrespect me as well as my father, and to damage a lot of relationships that I had at that time. And I just really didn't know myself, and I wasn't aware of my power, and I wasn't aware of being the creator of my reality. So I just wasn't as aware and awakened as I am now. So it took me a long time to sort of forgive myself and hold myself accountable for allowing that energy into my life. So instead of addressing things and acknowledging things, I just kind of like held on to a lot of shame, I feel. And I just kind of like was like, okay, I'm just going to like block everybody, not talk to my dad for a while. I was angry at my dad. I felt empathy for my dad. So yeah, my dad and I had an exchange of words that wasn't the cutest. And it was really all a byproduct of the negative energy that I had allowed into my life. And he wasn't the only person that the relationship was soured. It was like a lot of so-called friends around that time. And it was just like a really bad thing. My life was like not the best at that time. It was during the pandemic. Life was so stressful. But I said all that to say, like, I really just took a break from all members of my family for a while after that. And yeah, it wasn't easy. I needed the space, but to my core, I am a family person and I love my family and I love my dad and I have a lot of respect for my fucking dad. And I get a lot of my attributes from my father. I get a lot of qualities from him. All this YouTube, podcast, lights, camera, action vibes comes from him. And my creativity comes from my mother. And I'm a beautiful blend of both of them. And my sisters are the same. And I just love my family so much. So I got to a place where I realized I knew I was going to start crying. After I did the work for like maybe a year and a half, I don't even know how much time passed with me not talking to my dad. I got to a space where I was like, I just want to call him, because, yeah, I just know so many people who don't have a dad, or I know so many people who can't pick up the phone and call their dads or whatever. So I just was like, I feel that I'm better within myself, and I have grown and matured and learned a lot of things. So I really just want to like make sure my dad is okay and like, call him and check in. Oh, you guys know how long I worked on this makeup. And I'm, at the end of the day, the type of person who just wants peace and happiness between all parties. So I basically just called my dad and we had a long talk. Girl, my dad is so like easygoing. Like, he's just like, let's just put this behind us and let's just like be grateful that for what we have, the time that we have, and let's keep it pushing. Let's collab on some projects. Let's make some money and let's just live our best lives. And like, shout out to my dad. Like, I love you, Dad. And, I feel like that wound has been healed, and I love that for us. And it definitely helped me come into alignment with the version of myself who is in that new story, who has the good relationship with her parents, who is mature, who acknowledges her bullshit. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, we're working on things and we're growing and getting better every day in every way. I also reconnected with my mom. I love my mom. My mom is the one who really instilled all the creativity, the education, the mindset in me. She's just so dope. When I went to go visit her on Christmas, she was like, do the podcast. Like, keep it going. Oh my gosh. Like, she was so supportive as well. And it was very nice to have her support. Um, my mama don't play no games, y'all. Like I said, like, we all have our own like opinions about things. So, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, y'all sure y'all fucking with a bitch? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and then I have two sisters, so I hit them up as well. We have a group chat, it's a vibe. And I just like cannot go on without talking to my family. And I just truly feel like I was doing that because I was so ashamed of like that abusive relationship. I was so embarrassed. I was humiliated. I come from a family where all three of us have college degrees. All three of us are educated. All three of us, we were raised with morals, values, respect. And I just, life happens. You get caught up with the wrong people. And I just wound up in a very dark situation. And I just was ashamed. And I felt like a failure. And, I just didn't want my parents to like resent me or, whatever the case may be. And I was like punishing myself, but, I told you guys before, I finally got to a place where I forgave myself. And really just being back in alignment with my family makes me feel whole. It makes me feel special. And if you guys like, I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. Obviously, we all have different situations, but if your parents are alive and well and there's a chance that you can, what's the term? Not leverage, not sever. What's the word? This is such a bad time for me to forget the word. Salvage a relationship. I just suggest that you do. Life is very short. My closest friends, all of them, don't even have relationships with their dad. And it took me a while to recognize how fortunate I am that my parents are alive, well, intelligent. They get on my fucking nerves sometimes, but they're here. And so, yeah, I just want them to know that I'm here as well, and I love them. And there's always a possibility to work through things. So, doing so has helped me become a better version of myself, for sure. I kind of feel like we just jumped right in to some heavy shit, but like, I don't know. It is what it is. It's Channel K. We Channel K all day. Like, this is what's been on my mind. So thank you for allowing me the space holding space for me, and allowing me a safe space to vent and open up. This is actually very hard. This is very hard, you guys. This is why it's been so long, a long time coming. I started my fitness journey, you guys, and this is something that I had not committed to for a long time. And I finally just bit the bullet because I was tired of being depressed. I was tired of feeling shitty. I was tired of not liking the way I looked when I looked in the mirror. I was tired of my body not doing what it needs to do. Like, I am getting a little older and these knees, girl. So I was like, let me just hit the gym. Let me get a trainer. And I have been having the best time at my new gym with my new trainers. It has been amazing. The environment is so positive. It's a very positive outlet for me. It's a challenge, not only physically, but mentally as well. I push myself, and I always feel amazing after the gym. Like, my workout this morning was so intense, but after I finished it, I was like, yo, like, I am awesome. I really did that. And yeah, it's the best feeling ever. So starting my fitness journey has changed my life in so many favorable ways. And it also has allowed me the space to develop become aware and conscious of the relationship, basically create a relationship with my body and my mind and my spirit, as well as I have also developed a relationship with food. And I've become a lot more disciplined as far as like what I eat, why I'm eating it, what time I'm eating things. And I guess I'm saying all this to say that I have really just tapped into a version of myself who loves herself and loves her body and protects her body and protects her mind and spirit and thinks before she puts anything inside of herself. And I don't know, like, I guess I'm like grown now because like I used to not do that. So it's kind of like, I give a fuck, you know, like I gotta be honest. But yeah, oh, and I have like a nice little booty now, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to be flat pancakes back there, oh my gosh, but now I got a little shape, you know? And so it's very powerful when you actually start to develop a relationship with the person that you see in the mirror. It's kind of funny how we can be so like unconscious to who we are. And I don't know, when I'm in that gym, I just like tap into me and I am just really pushing myself. And like I said before, like my trainers are so positive. I love my gym. Shout out to the gym. Like, shout out to my trainer, shout out to Terry, shout out to Cody, shout out to Joel, shout out to JC, like shout out to everybody like in that bitch. Like everybody's nice as fuck to me. And it's a very positive environment, something that I'm not 100% used to in a gym like setting. So it was such a positive, it showed me such a positive contrast that it was a little uncomfortable at first, but over time I was like, okay, I really do like this. I really do enjoy myself. So, yeah. And it gives me a sense of purpose. It gets me up out of bed in the mornings and, it really just helps me like get a routine going. So I have been loving the gym and I've been loving my results and, it's really just a lifestyle change. It's not like everyone keeps asking me like, oh, are you training to like run a marathon or like, are you an athlete? And girl, my athletic days are pretty much over. I used to run track, but these days I just work out for my own health and wellness and just to keep myself like, you know, looking all good and stuff, you know, and it's just better than being depressed and laying in the bed. Because that was the old story. And yeah, it's like not pretty, girl, you know, like it's not a vibe. Being in the gym has challenged a lot of my social skills in a favorable way. Like when I started getting myself back out there, remember I told you guys that I wasn't really, I blocked a lot of people out of my life because I was like trying to channel my own energy, figure out who I am. Once I started coming back, you know, getting back outside, baby, like going to the gym, like talking to my friends, like going on dates, it was fun, but it started triggering my old story where I was like, had social anxiety in the old story. I was shy, timid, nervous. You see, I'm killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I'm speaking to a camera. I'm speaking in a microphone. There's nobody around me. So it looks like it's like a little illusion, girl. But when I actually would come into contact with people, like I'm not this way anymore. But once I first started my gym fitness journey, once I first started going on dates, once I started like making friends, like inviting girls over, going to hang out with other girls and things of that sort, the old story was popping up, baby, because I was getting triggered like, oh my gosh, are they thinking this about me? Why are they looking at me like that? Why did this person say this? Like overthinking and overreading into people's shit because I'm judging myself. I'm insecure, blah, 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 blah. And I really had to work through that to become a better version of myself and really just recognize that like when I'm at my strongest, I'm so unbothered. And a lot of times people ain't really worried about you. And even if, let's say they are for 2 seconds, we're all kind of in our own minds about our own shit at the end of the day. So it's really irrelevant. So it's most favorable to just worry about your own shit. So that's what I really taught myself how to start doing. And granted, I've made a lot of friends at the gym. I made a lot of friends just by being a lot more friendly and social when I'm out. And you know, I got a couple boyfriends now, so, you know, I got to keep a couple up my sleeve. You never know for just in case purposes. But yeah, long story short, I really am such a better, mature version of myself. And I'm just like, I've come a long way, girl. I done came a long way. I also travel a lot more and I really take on new experiences a lot more. Like one of the one of the guys I'm dating. I'm serious though. I'm very open-minded. Like, I'm a free spirit. I am not really settling right now at this time. I am just like trying new experiences with different people, and it's been a vibe. So one of my SPs invited me to hit up one of the resorts in Young Harris, Georgia. And I went horseback riding, and it was such a vibe, and like it was like such an amazing experience. We also went to the beach, and I travel so much these days, is kind of what I'm saying, but I was so against it in the beginning. Like, I was so like, no, I don't want to, I'll think about it, I'll let you know type energy. And I'm just really proud of like the progress I've made, because I have really tapped into a version of myself who is open to trying new experiences in a deeper way than I used to be. Like, I have traveled the world. I've been to so many places, but I was so young back then. It was before like a lot of the heavy trauma that I just experienced. So it's kind of groundbreaking and amazing that I have really like found myself diving into these new experiences these days. And it's really changed me for the better and really helped me become a very strong, more confident version of myself. So yeah, girl, we be vibing. I'm actually gonna be at the beach tomorrow. Did I already say that? Girl, after I finish this podcast, I got to pack. But I don't need that much stuff. Like a couple swimsuits, couple vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like so I'm just excited to be going. And you know, like I just appreciate the small things, and I don't really, I mean, I say no to things. I'm not just gonna say yes all the time, but I have really connected with the version of myself who understands that, as far as I know, I'm only here on borrowed time, and it's my responsibility to make myself feel good, and I can make myself feel good no matter what the circumstances are. So if I get invited to go to the beach, I'm gonna make that shit poppin'. You know what I mean? Just because I have the power to raise the vibe and make my trip amazing and make my experiences as amazing as I possibly can. And I do that not only when I'm on vacation, but little by little throughout my day, no matter what I'm doing. And I especially do that because I live by myself, and I have developed a deep relationship with myself. And I recognize that I am me, and no one else can make me truly feel good unless it's a conditional, you know, like I can only make myself feel unconditionally happy and excited and, you know, happy. Like, I don't know, I already said happy, but you get the vibes, you know? So, yeah, like I just take on a lot more adventures, and I really just take life by the balls and like just do what needs to be done in order to have the best time ever, you know? Which doesn't really take much. I've also come to terms with the fact that, like Neville Goddard says, there's no one to change but self. So, you know, on the healing journey, it's easy to get caught up in the 3D, which is something that I did for the past however many months I wasn't shooting the podcast, obviously. And I was caught up in the 3D. I was living by sight, not necessarily by faith. And I was kind of like not in alignment with my power. And what keeps me a lot more powerful these days, motivated and really on my shit and in my bag, what keeps me in my bag is really just remembering that if there's something that I don't like, if there's something that frustrates me, is if there's something that I don't like seeing, or if there's something that I don't like about my life, bro, like I'm not a victim. I'm a creator. I am a god. We're all gods. I'm a goddess. I have the power to change my circumstances. I have the power to shift, quantum jump into a reality in which I'm receiving my desires. Mentally, I can do that. I don't even have to jump physically. That's not how it works. You literally just go to the end. You literally just change your mind. You literally change your perspective. You literally start making small steps to create a different reality. You remember that you're the boss. So once I started recognizing that there's no one to change but self, and I'm just looking at my notes because I also wrote down that no one else has any control over me. That's one of my affirmations. I am blessed. I am free. no one and no thing has power over me. And it's a very empowering time, I guess, moment when you realize, oh shit, like I'm actually in control. Like I really have nobody to blame but myself. If I don't really like what's happening in my life, there's really no one else to hold accountable except for myself. I really am not holding myself in the most favorable energy if I am in a state of resentment for anyone around me because they didn't do anything. I did everything to get me to this point, favorable or unfavorable. And so as long as I keep that in my mind, it just keeps me in a position of power. And I like being in power. Like I like being in a position of leadership. I like taking control of my life. I don't know. I've been on my own for so many years. I like knowing that I am in control is, I guess, what I'm saying. And we all are of our own lives. So, yeah, I notice like sometimes when I'm in the bed, pissed the fuck off, or if I get into a mood where I'm mad at somebody or I'm in a state of resentment, that's a victim mindset. And I have learned how to get out of that a lot faster because there's no one to change or blame but self. I added the blame. That was my little remix. But the original quote is there's no one to change but self. I would say that there's no one to blame but self. And it's not even blame. It's just like, girl, get up. Like, hold yourself accountable. Make a change. Make a move. Make a play. Like, switch it up. Like, you have time. Switch your mind. Change your mind. Change your mind. Let's figure this shit out. Because one thing about me, baby, I always find a way. I always make a way. I always save the day. I always channel K. Bars, nigga. I affirm a lot more affirmations. I script them. I write them down. I personally feel like writing is a discipline, and it is something that helps me be me. So I enjoy writing. I love using pencils. I like mechanical pencils like this. It's so basic, I know, but I like using these. And then I also like using the normal regular lead, the number 2 pencils, but I have to sharpen those a lot more because I love when they're sharp. But as you can see, I take writing seriously. There's like an art to it. I write in cursive. My mom taught me how to write in cursive. It's so fun. Like, I don't know. There's like an art to writing. You know how some people like drawing, some people like painting, some people like sketching, whatever you do. Some people do music. Some people make beats. Some people write. I mean, I write. Like, I sort of literally would just go, I went back to myself. But anyway, yeah. So, and then when I write words, my mind does this for me. I don't know. My mind spells out each letter of each word while I'm writing. It's literally like I space AM space GRATEFUL space FOR space MY space LIFE. Like, I don't know why my mind does that, but that's how I write. I don't know. Does everybody do that? I don't know. But as you can see, it takes me away into a different reality. It blocks out me writing and just being like, I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner, you know, like while I'm writing. So I say that to say, like, it's a discipline. It's a distracting technique. It's a manifestation technique because I'm now in a new reality where I can write I space AM space GRATEFUL space FOR space MY space 1,000,000,000 in my bank account. I don't know. It's like a technique that I like to do. So like I'm really big on scripting. I'm really big on affirmations. If you guys know me, because I know a lot of my close friends be watching this. But I have affirmations everywhere in my apartment. I always say this, they're everywhere. I have affirmations in my notes on my phone. I always get nervous because I'm like, when I die, please don't go through my phone, y'all, because my affirmations, y'all gonna be like, why was she trying to affirm this? Like, why was she trying to manifest this? Anyways, they're everywhere. And then I use the app the Parrot app. Shout out to Kim Velez. She put me on. And there's like a little button you can like loop the affirmations over and over and over as you drift off to sleep. But I am really big on the reprogramming journey, y'all. I really don't be watching TV. Like, oh my gosh, shout out to my trainer who just got cast for a really big show that I can't say right now. By the time y'all see this, you'll know, I think. But anyway, he was like, "Are you gonna watch the show?" I was like, "I don't even know where to watch it. Cause I'll be affirming all day long. I don't watch TV." But anyway, I'll be in my own little world with my affirmations, you guys. All I'm saying, and it helps. It helps me tap into that high vibrational version of myself. So I have one more. Doing what's best for me, regardless of what anybody thinks. And doing that has also changed me for the better. And it's been a very difficult thing to do. I feel like I always talk about my family or my parents, or I feel like I have talked about them a lot in this episode, but it's just very, like, I have to be real. Like, I love my family so much, my parents so much. And although they don't understand me, I'm assuming I have to continue to be who I am, even if it makes other people uncomfortable. And a lot of times when I have stayed in people pleaser mode, it's been because I really want for my parents and sometimes my sisters to feel comfortable with me rather than uncomfortable with the real me. And I know that's so hard to say or whatever. It's so hard like to explain. But sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, I just want everybody to be comfortable, okay? Because if I be myself right now, y'all gonna be real uncomfortable because I don't agree with you here. You know what I'm saying? And so, for example, like I cut my hair, as y'all can see. I think it's a little bit shorter now than the last time y'all saw me. My lineup is not the best. It's no shade to my barber. It's a me thing, like, cause I be messing with it. But yeah, so the other day my mom was like, I was on the phone with my mom and I was like, okay, mom, I'm about to go. I'm about to go get my hair cut real quick. I gotta go. She was like, why are you cutting your hair? Why? Just give yourself 6 months. Grow it out. Give yourself 6 months. Da, 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 da. And I was kind of like, girl, I love you, but this is a personal choice that I made for the new story. And I feel so confident and free. You know what I'm saying? And I still be wearing my wigs every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But like, this is who I am, you know, and I know it's difficult for certain people in my life to understand. If you go back to my old videos, old videos, like I used to do Maybelline CoverGirl, like Fenty Beauty reviews and hauls, and like I'm gonna bring those back because I still wear makeup, I still do the beauty thing, but it's just now in a more evolved way. Like I now have a lot more of a connection to my style, my vibe, myself, and if that makes other people uncomfortable, I am just like sorry. Not sorry at this point, but I say that with love. And I had a conversation with my dad the other day because y'all know, like, while I do post content like this where I am like, you know, obviously fully clothed and very coming at you with a very spiritual, intelligent, articulate vibe, I do create other content where I'm like on the beach, you know what I mean? And so that can make dad feel weird too. And it's hard to work through that while still being in alignment with myself, because one of the big things about me is staying in alignment with who I am. I will not shift or fold for anybody. I can't. It's not that I won't or I'm being mean. It's just that I'm incapable of being somebody I'm not, because the second that I try to do that, I get depressed. I get anxiety. See, y'all got me crying. See, I'm over here getting emotional because I cannot be anybody other than who I am. So it's hard to it's been hard to embrace like the true essence of myself, because I feel like it's disappointing to some people that I love, but this is who I am. So this is who I am. So, but I won't, like, you know, and I'm saying this respectfully, I won't conform for anybody or anything or any brand or anyone. This is just who I am. And I think obviously my parents understand that. Obviously people, my friends get it or whatever. But yeah. Shit. I think I just like randomly came up with another bullet point. And this shit is getting long-winded as fuck, but something else that I didn't mention that I just realized, oh my gosh, why didn't I put it on the fucking list? That's made me a better person is being in control of my emotions. And that like is something that I had to like work through, is learning how to react to my triggers, because my triggers are my responsibility. Like no one else knows. I know we just like switched topics real quick, but I just like randomly thought of that. I just got that download. Shout out to my parents. I love y'all niggas, but I ain't changing for shit. I love y'all though. Like I really do. 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 So my triggers are my responsibility, and my triggers are my teachers. Like it's no one else's responsibility to understand why I'm pissed the fuck off right now. It's really mine, and I don't have to react like that. I used to. And I used to hurt motherfuckers' feelings. And it's like, I recognize, oh my gosh, I don't have to do that. I don't have to act like that. I don't have to do that. I'm a queen. Like I don't have to pop off when something hurts me, because that's traumatizing to the person on the receiving end of it, and it's not good for my energy. It's not responsible. It is not in alignment with the new story at all. Because didn't I say that I'm in control of my emotions? I'm pretty sure that's one of the... I am respected and respectful. So no. How am I going to receive respect if I'm popping off on people? And how am I going to be respectful if I'm popping off on people? It just doesn't make sense. I am accountable and responsible. I am mature. I'm in a better place. I'm in control of my emotions. I understand that there's no one to change but self. Boom. So if I'm triggered by something or someone, I recognize that I can't change that person. If I'm changing 3D to 3D, matter to matter, that's not where my power is. I go in my mind. I heal myself. I soothe myself. I recognize that only triggered me because of my old story, baby. That it had nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. I work on me, and I attract better behavior from that person, better energy, more favorable energy. I attract circumstances and situations and behavior that doesn't affect me in that way because I healed myself. Anyways, yeah, I just want to throw that one in there. Like I've learned how to control my fucking emotions and it's helped me out in so many ways. Cause I used to be, baby, that's Sagittarius energy, baby. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think I covered everything, you guys. I really do. I hope that this video finds you well. I hope that it came across. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I believe that it's a good episode, and I believe that I did my best. I've been completely genuine and honest the whole way through. I just want to say thank you for holding space for me, and thank you for, allowing me a space to cry and vent and do all the things. Okay, like, girl, this is very therapeutic for me. I feel very much in a positive position right now. And I love you guys because I love that I was able to come on here and like live my truth, speak my truth, live my purpose, and just do my thing, like this is so popping. Like, girl, not me, no, not the fact that this studio has been here for years and I don't even really come in here that much. That has changed. But I love you guys so much. And again, thank you for listening. Thank you for vibing with me. Thank you for channeling Kay. And please let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I have a feeling that you will. I don't know. Every time I start crying, it's like, why does it go viral every time a bitch starts crying? Like, that is so annoying. But I love you guys. I have changed for the better. And one thing that I didn't say that I'm going to say real quick is that a lot of y'all didn't make it to the new story. I mean, a lot of people didn't make it to this new story. I feel like the people who were listening made it to the new story. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're on your spiritual journey and when you're growing and when you're becoming awakened and when you are kind of just like shedding that ego and really coming into alignment with the true essence of who you are, the God state, the inner being, your power. A lot of people don't really understand that. And it's okay. Oh, and it's not your job or my job or whoever's job to like try and change people or help them understand who you are, who they are, help them. Because I used to get caught up in that. And then I was like, I just want to help me, you know? And then the byproduct of me helping me will be a more peaceful, favorable reality that is reflecting back to me who I am. So, yeah, I love you guys so much. And thank you for listening. I'm going to get off here. I really do got to pack. A bitch finna be at the beach tomorrow. I'm excited because the weather has been giving. The weather has really been giving. Sorry, somebody just Snapchatted me. Yeah, guys. But if you guys want to, you know, like not link up with me. If you guys want to follow me, my IG is at @KayDion. That is my homepage. If you guys follow me there, you'll get mainly lifestyle content, and I will promote all of my projects such as Channel K, Coco Kitty, KayDion's Closet, just all my vibes, all the projects that I'm currently working on. If you guys want to become a fan, you guys will find all that info down below. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are listening on Spotify, thank you for listening. And I love you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because y'all know I can keep fucking talking. But yeah, I will see you guys very soon because this is a vibe. All right.